This is the Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 141, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, Mehgan James explains how her man can cheat respectfully.
And I tried to explain that to my wife, and she told me she would respectfully throw me out the house.
Lomelo was spotted with porn star Tiana Trump. Look like he's not listening to his daddy.
Not listening to his daddy, he ain't listening to us. It's the same Tiana Trump who put Lil Baby on blast. Nothing good can come out of this, young fella.
That is so true. We have a Dear Erby from a girl who's fallen in love with her boss, and Dr. Dre's alleged mistress is ordered to testify. All that and more right now. This is the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're helping you to understand the man you love. Start on the front page, man. It is official. DMX has passed away. Felt kind of strange him dying, Kamal, because I had been reading that his brain was dead, and I had given up. I'm sorry. What about you, dog?
Yeah, it was definitely gonna take a miracle, and that's what it is. You're holding out hope for a miracle. I remember when my grandmother was on, same thing, I think she had lost oxygen for maybe 10 minutes. I think same thing with DMX, it was like 10 minutes. And so once they call the paramedics will resuscitate you, but the damage is already done. And so she was on life support, and they're just saying like it's gonna take a miracle. Yeah, I mean, like basically like a medical miracle, something that's out of everybody's control, something that they can't fix, they can't work on, and so that's what was going on with DMX. I gotta say this, Kyle. I know last week I was really angry at DMX. I was angry at the people around him, his loved ones, his friends and family,
enablers.
That's why, I probably used that term, which I probably shouldn't have. I listened to a powerful statement from Roxanne Shante, the rapper, and she spoke about a time where she had a conversation with DMX, and she said that he told her when he was younger, he and his mom visited like a children's home or like some type of kids home or something like that, boys home or foster home, and mom told them that they were visiting, and so while they were there, oh my God, moms took off.
Christ, dude.
Yeah, moms took off and left him there, and he was saying,
we're just visiting,
right?
We're just gonna be here for a little bit.
So she never said goodbye or anything like that.
Wow,
just left
dude.
this kid.
Serious?
Right, and so he told her that he wasn't old enough to not just understand what was going on, but to properly defend himself.
Oh gosh!
In this situation, and so just a lot of childhood trauma, and Roxanne was saying like she has a lot of that childhood trauma, and the reason why she has never turned to drugs is because she's afraid that they will give her peace.
Oh golly!
And she would want that peace to continue, and just change my whole perspective on because what it is, Kyle. I always, because I was in college and a lot of parties and stuff like that, so I see people addicted to drugs. I always think they got on it because they was at the club or they took something and they was partying and stuff like that, and now they can't get off of it. So my compassion for them wasn't that high. I always thought like, wait, man, nobody told you to take that shit. It was fun at the time, but you didn't think of repercussions and long-term effects. But that's not always the case, man. A lot of these cats are trying to escape, painful memories. That as I'm getting older, and I'm glad I listened to that statement from Roxanne. I'm starting to be a little bit more sympathetic. I can't empathize because obviously I haven't had any childhood trauma in my life, but I'm starting to sympathize. And I was judging people, man. I was judging people, and it's like I can admit that it was wrong. They always say you don't know a man until you walk the mile in his shoes. I've never walked a mile in any of those people's shoes.
No.
And so I'm gonna chill. do my best not to be so judgmental, man, when it comes to addiction and stuff like that, dog.
Good luck, man. I was always afraid to drink before a stand-up show because I was like, what if I kill on this? How could I go up without it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up trying it, but I wasn't. Luckily, I wasn't as good. So I have got lucky on that, man. So this is something that has been bothering me. We've been seeing this week the pictures of the soldier pulled over, and he seemed like he was doing everything right, but he still gets mace in the eyes, and he still is yelled at, berated, come out. Do you know anything about what happened before the video started, before most people picked up on the tape? Because a lot of times we just see the altercation, but I do think it matters what happened before. I know some people are like, it don't matter. It matters to me. Come out. Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, so from my understanding, they flashed him because he didn't have any plates on, but he had a temporary plate in the window, or like a dealer thing. So it was he just bought the car.
Yeah.
And so if you're following somebody and you got the beams on them, you can clearly see that. So just right then off the bat, I think it might have been some harassment.
Brother in a new car,
right? Just some harassment off the bat, so this was I don't know if it was rural Virginia, but whenever they flashed them, it probably wasn't.
It wasn't the best place to pull over
if you're afraid of the cops. So he drove to a well-lit place, which just so happens to be the gas station. But that search for a well-lit place took 2 minutes. So right then and there, that gives the cops, that gives them a license to be hostile. Well, because it could be a chase. You could be driving around trying to escape. You could be swallowing contraband. You could be doing anything. Leading them to like an ambush. You could be on the phone. All right, I'm turning down the street. Be ready. And so I know it's bullshit, of course.
Oh yeah.
However, it gives them an excuse to jump out with their guns and to be all hostile and cranky and stuff like that. And the guy was scared. I was talking to my girl about this, and I was like, man, honestly, as coonish as this shit is about to sound, if you're that afraid of the cops, man, just do whatever they say, man. Be prepared to be violated. Be prepared to have your civil rights violated, man, just so you can, if you're that afraid, yeah, yo, sir, no, sir. You can search the car. Yeah. Go ahead. Just all of that shit, man. Just don't give them a reason to be aggressive. And I know that shit sounds like some coon shit, but if you're that afraid, you don't keep driving. You don't give them, and it's unfair that we have to be the Gandhis in this situation, not the paid professional who's had training and the government pays them to protect us. No, they can be hostile. They can be angry. They can say all types of shit, and we're supposed to take it just because they can kill us.
Yeah, but let me say this, man. I thought he played it smart going to a well-lit area. I still think if in hindsight he would go to a well-lit area because they had their body cams on, but there's a chance he didn't. I say it's a chance you take. You still go to that well-lit area because the truth is we're going to talk about somebody else who led cops around for a while and it didn't happen to him. And it's the same thing that keeps happening. These police officers get very frustrated when their badge doesn't work. They expect this badge to immediately get compliance. This is supposed to be one of the magic tricks that works with the badge. You flash it, they stop. And so I remember from my teaching days when I wanted students to be quiet and they weren't quiet immediately, it used to drive me crazy because I could not understand. Do you not? I know you hear me. I couldn't understand that. So I can understand the cops being frustrated. But what I can't understand is the way you handle it. The man gets mace in his eye. The man gets abused, disrespected. And it makes me even more frustrated because Majority Republican leader Gene Suellentrope, dude, this guy drove allegedly the wrong way on an interstate at 70 miles an hour. He allegedly hit another car. This dude was on one. He gets pulled over after several minutes and they said he called the arresting officer Donut Boy. Now, come out, this is a perfect comparison because not only was this black guy who was disrespected, he apparently was a nice guy and trying, he was saying all the right things. This man's in full military uniform. You can't, it reminds me of Airplane when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar changed into his Lakers uniform. Like you can't get more full. Only thing he was missing was his military helmet come out. You can't get more military than what this brother, he's not only one of us, if I'm a cop, he's higher ranked than us. He's a country cop. What? Have some respect.
Yeah, man. Honestly, for a certain population, man, the police are there to protect and serve, and
Yes,
they work for you.
Yes,
for the other population, they're there to keep them in line. Unfortunately, I'm part of that population.
Me too.
They're there to make sure we are acting right. They are there. They are babysitters. They are, the yard monitor.
Yard duty.
Nick is the yard monitor guy.
Overseer.
Yeah. Every now and again you get a cool one, but the motherfuckers always.
But a lot of them, they attract a certain type of man. I'm just gonna say that. When we come back, we have some feedback. Then after that, we have a post-nut story from a guy who smashed another mom on his son's team. How'd that work out for him? Find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake into Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yes, we do, man. We posted a video where you talked about O-Dog and Bishop being mentally ill. I love that video come out. That really did blow me away. It blew me away, man. Curtis D. King said, yes, sir. James Lindsay said, damn, the big facts. And Jimmy Hatt, who happens to be a Broncos fan, said all Raiders fans are mentally ill. I thought you'd like that bullshit.
Well, Jimmy Hatt is obviously a thinking man. I mean, he's obviously prophetic.
Yes, it sounds like it, right? That's a bull. When we come back, man, we have a post-nut story from a guy who smashed another mom on his son's team. How'd that work out for him? Find out next as the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener, Big Easy Q, told us all about it, and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode?
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top grime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up, and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense, and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. That's Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, this one is from Troy and Rancho Cucamonga. What's up, guys? I love the show, and I have a post-nut mode story for you. My son is in a traveling flag football league. We had a tournament down in Miami and had just picked up this new kid. He's all right, but his mom is fine. As I don't know what. Come on, that's hilarious. That's DC slang right there. Fine as I don't know what. You went to Howard. I'm sure you heard that kind of talk. Mm-hmm. Come on. The kid is all right, but his mama.
Yeah, he does nothing for the team. He's just on the team. But damn, his mom has greatly enhanced the viewership.
Oh, man. All the other dads were on her, but she was on me. Everybody knows that's off limits. Oh, good. I'm glad he knows. So I'm playing it cool at the games. She's all in my face, laughing at my jokes, playing with the hair, all IOIs, by the way,
Hey,
fellas.
man, that is irresistible. She laughing at the jokes.
Man, she's playing with the hair. Those are called indicators of interest if you did not know.
Hard to fight against that one.
Hard to fight against. So we get to the hotel, I'm at the bar, and guess who comes down? Here we go. We had a few drinks before I knew it. I ordered another room with my burner credit card and took her down in it. Kamal, I feel like we could do a whole show on the fact that he has a burner credit card.
I know, man.
With money on it. Obviously, I don't know if does this guy say he's married? I mean, he is married because we're going to get to that part. Mm-hmm. This guy has a burner credit card. I've never heard of that, Kamal.
No.
I've heard of burner phones.
Definitely heard of the bat phone.
I've heard of the bat phone. Never heard of the bat card. Okay. Okay, Troy. I.E. in the house. I see you, Rancho Cucamonga. All right, let me stop celebrating this man's infidelity. So he said he took her down in there. Okay, so that means they had intercourse. The next tournament, my wife comes and she can immediately tell what's up. I know his heart was beating, dog. I denied it, but I think my wife knows. Old girl was fine, but she wasn't worth it. That is Troy and Rancho Cucamonga. Kamal, where did Troy go wrong here?
I don't know, man. I'm racking my brain.
I mean, she was laughing at the jokes, right?
She was laughing at the jokes, man. His instincts were correct. He had he got a hotel room. Mm-hmm. He had used a different credit card, a burner account. Oh. I mean, and he was able to take her down. So it wasn't like he misread the signs. He was.
That's the worst, man. Yeah. When you think she's feeling you and she ain't feeling you.
Yeah, I mean,
she's feeling you,
I think the guy got away with it. But wifey, here's the thing about it. Even if she suspects, she doesn't know. She can know. As a matter of fact, there's no proof. Troy,
no proof.
Troy, if you stand strong on this one, don't change your behavior. I think you might.
Well, it's too late.
Why?
The behavior's been changed. You can tell, man, when two people like each other in the room. You ever walk in the room and you're looking around, you're like, what's going on with those two?
Well, see, the thing about it is I think Troy is solid, man. I just don't trust Mom. Maybe she's looking down with Mom when wifey comes around.
Troy's a dude to smash the moms on the kid. Can I just first of all say that is a flag on the plate? I don't care how fine the other mom is. That can never go well for you, especially if you're married and your mom, the parents, it becomes a clan. You got kids that play sports. You know how that goes. Come on, dog.
Yeah, definitely. That's the family. They travel. It's a traveling team too. Yeah. So it's like, we know each other. It becomes, like you said, it becomes a family.
Yes, it does.
However, you always get like the step or something like that because he was new to the team.
Because she's the new. You know why I think Troy? It was a perfect storm. First of all, she's the new girl. Because if you had been there a while, you stopped looking at how fine she is over time of just being going to every practice and she comes out at first, she got her best smell on her best this and that. You just get used to it. That's just how it is. Then wifey didn't come to this trip, maybe because it was so far in Florida. Maybe y'all have other kids. But fellas, you got to learn how to. Sometimes you just got to figure out how to get out of this one. If you just got through that one, the Miami trip, then you might have been okay in the ones going forward that wifey came with.
Nah.
He was done. He
was done, man. I'm telling you, man, with the twirling of the hair and the laughing at his jokes and being into the guy.
The smiling.
The smiling is all in the man's face.
You ain't felt that feeling in a minute.
Yeah,
a woman that likes me? What is this?
A woman who likes me, man. If she didn't catch him in Miami, she was going to catch him in the next state or the next.
As long as she wanted to catch him.
Yeah. Like what Chris Rock say, man can't run that fast.
You can't run that fast, man. Coming up next, Dr. Dre's alleged mistresses. Dr. Dre don't seem like he was running that fast. The mistresses have to testify, though, alleged mistresses. We'll talk about it next, the MRA Podcast. Hey, guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey, man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA Podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Kamal, we are on episode 141, and I think 100 of it we have talked about Dr. Dre's alleged mistresses. He is a staple of this segment for celebrity gossip. He is a vet. We go to him so often because it's so interesting, man. Dr. Dre's messy divorce is headed towards a year of litigation. They've just been trying to get through this prenup. They ain't even got to the other part yet.
Right. They haven't, settlements in the, any of that stuff, right?
We ain't moved forward at all. The divorce ain't even really started yet because we still talking about this damn prenup. Mrs. Young claims that Dr. Dre tore the prenup up, which to me, that don't matter. If the prenup if there's more copies left, that doesn't mean it's null and void.
You can't just tear up a contract.
No. I mean, you can, right?
No, you can't. I mean, who's the one who can tear it up? You can't just... if I sign a contract with like Dave Chappelle's contract with Comedy Central, he can't just tear the shit up and be like, all right, I get all my masters back or whatever. Be like, what, motherfucker?
There has to be another contract.
Yeah. And I know Dre didn't have the hard copy of the contract at home.
That was smooth though. That was such a smart
He tore up a
move,
copy.
3 copies of it.
Yeah.
Listen, there's 10 copies, all the carbon copies. He said, look, babe, because he knew this, he had to get it out of her mind, but he was smart enough to know just in case this shit go left. Here's the other thing, ladies. You stay married to the man that you got to promise you the lifetime deal, ladies. This prenup never comes into play. Mm-hmm. It never does. Mm-hmm. But, anyway, so Mrs. Young claims, all right, 3 of Dre's alleged mistresses have been ordered to not only testify, but they, along with Dr. Dre, were ordered to pay a lump sum of $10,000 for essentially running out the clock, trying not to testify. $10,000. I'm sorry. I hate when people do this. Don't count other people's money, but I'm guessing he can come up with that 10 grand when you're worth $800 million. I hope. I just hope. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know, Kamal. This testimony. Do you think this testimony from these women, the fact that the judge allowed these women or making these women testify, do you think that it could spell dollar signs for Dre's wife, Mrs. Nicole Young?
No, I don't think so, man. I think, I don't know what's in the prenup. Obviously, she is really focusing in on infidelity and abuse.
Abuse,
yes. So I'm guessing those are, factors or stipulations in the prenup that can make this shit null and void. And that's what she's trying to prove. Like, I didn't know it was a prenup. It is a prenup. Okay, well, he's been cheating on me and he was beating me too. And, if not putting out a, hit single was part of the prenup, she'd be talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I think really she's just trying to get as much as she can. She's got 20 years in the marriage.
Mm-hmm. A long time.
Yeah. And so again, we don't know the rules of the prenup. After 5 years, you get this. After 10 years, you get this. After 20, you get this. And she's like, man, I should be getting a piece of that that Beats by Dre. I should be getting a piece of that Apple money.
She wants stuff from before they got together.
Yeah, that's just
that just sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Man. This is crazy. According to the Jasmine brand, Nicole wanted to oversee the property and collect her things after she saw posts online shared by Dr. Dre's alleged mistresses in her bathroom using her things. Golly, who does that? If you are a side dude, okay? Let's just say you got caught slipping with old girl from the tournament. And you go into her house, because I don't know if that girl's in a relationship, because that could be a whole nother twist if she got a man. But let's just say you go side dude route, Kamal. You go to her house, you're looking at the man's cologne, come on, he's got the nice bathroom setup, looking at his razors, looking at his colognes. Are you taking a picture inside the bathroom and posting yourself using his cologne, dog?
Hey, I'm not there.
You're not going to his house.
A, I am not there. B, I'm not a cologne man. Now, if he had like your boy Chris Ball's Jordan collection.
You putting the shoe on?
No. I'm just saying I might be in there marveling, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but are you posting it online?
Hey man, at the end of the day, I was never there.
Exactly. Who does that?
I was never there, man. What? You have Jordans? What? I wouldn't. I don't.
You know what? The thing, ladies, this is the thing that y'all do that I it's hard for me to negotiate in my head. Because if I meet a woman who's beautiful and happens to be married and I'm deciding I'm going to compromise morals and smash that. It is not my intention to take over her marriage, Kamal.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to push her husband out. I'm just trying to enjoy some fun. Mm-hmm. But it seems like, ladies, your whole thing ain't, let me borrow her man. Your thing is, I want your spot.
Yes. Again, Chris Rock, like I want to, when a guy sees somebody, when a friend's, one of his friends has a cool girl, he says, hey, man, she's bad. I got to get me somebody like her. And when a woman's friend has somebody she likes, I got to get him.
I want him, not somebody like him. No. I want the spot. So part of that social media posting being in their bathroom is a checkmate to the ex to say, I'm in your spot.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely not knowing your place, man. And Dre's definitely a flag on the play, and I think the alleged mistress knows what she's doing. The female listeners are saying, that's bullshit. You guys are saying women just want to take somebody's man. You guys are generalizing. Stick around.
Here we go. We come back. Is it okay for your man to cheat respectfully? Because I don't know if Dre was cheating. Was he cheating respectfully? Kind of seems like it in some ways, but in some ways, not so much. But we're going to talk about one woman seems to think so. Stay with us. It is the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
Why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Kamal, according to Vlad, former Basketball Wives and Bad Girls Club star Mehgan James made some shocking remarks about men cheating during a recent episode of the reality series Notorious Queens. She said cheating isn't a deal breaker for her, and she said that while she wouldn't give her boyfriend permission to entertain other women, she believes in cheating respectfully. She says, quote, so cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out. Is having control over your other women, meaning, hey, ladies, don't post from my bathroom. Is using condoms and not having babies. Cheat respectfully. Believe it or not, your man is cheating. I love when she said that because these women were so mad. There was an older woman in the clip that wasn't saying a damn thing, and I was like, yeah, she knows what's up. But I'm not leaving my man over a one-night stand with a B, period. Some of the other women in the video were not having it. Kamal, what intrigued you about this story?
Well, I thought that basically, I think that's the way it should be for both parties.
Wow. Woo.
Like, if you're going to do something, here's the thing about it, man. I don't do that detective shit.
Amen to that.
So if my girl has got some side dude, I will never know unless she was being disrespectful.
Yeah, meaning picking the wrong side dude or being sloppy.
Being sloppy or picking the wrong guy, man. And so if I'll say this, if a guy is cheating respectfully, following Mehgan James's criteria, the only way he would get busted or his girl will find out is if she's playing detective. She's snooping around and all that stuff.
Yes.
And my opinion about the snooping is nothing good comes out of that. You don't get, I snooped around, I was looking, and I didn't find any women. Let me please you. No. It's just that I didn't catch him this time. I'm going to catch him tomorrow. And it's like it drives the woman crazy because she's always on edge and upset because she believes in her head. She knows some shit. And it has her doing shit that, leaving work early or just, fucking up to catch this guy. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, she can't catch him. That's fair. I'm saying, but like, I don't subscribe to this shit, Kyle. I think that it's unhealthy.
It's very unhealthy. And here's my beef with it. The snooping and stayers. There's women that stay with their man after he cheats and still go looking for stuff. It's like, it's for your best interest to let it go.
But see, I'll say this. If you do, if they catch somebody, I think that if you get caught, and they decide to stay, that is a rough one not to snoop. That's going to be if I knew my girl was cheating, And she said, all right, so, and I forgive her, which is, obviously this is a fantasy story, right?
Yeah.
And I stick around, and she's like, I'm going to the gym for a couple hours. I'll be back. I might be sitting there, all right. And then 5-10 minutes, wait, the gym. I mean, she like to come home and immediately get in the shower. Oh, is she going to the gym? When's the last time she went to the gym? It's fucking my mind up. It's fucking my mind up. So I think that, if you're going to snoop, don't stay. Because it's got to be hard on the person who, the non-cheater. It's got to be hard for them just mentally and emotionally because, it's got to be a lot of shit going through your head. So I don't see the benefit of it if you're gonna.
I don't snoop.
Oh, I don't snoop.
I refuse.
And I'll say this: what I don't understand also is disrespectful cheaters. I don't get that one either, man. My guy's got the burner card. You know what I'm saying? That guy seems like a professional.
Man, that's respect. That is respect. Man, can we get a round of applause for the respectful cheaters in the house?
What I'm saying.
My man has a burner credit card?
I don't get disrespectful cheaters. I don't get, guys coming home smelling like other women. Guys who get off at 3:00 or whatever the fuck, come home at 9:00 and shit like that, crawling in the bed. Remember in Boomerang when Eddie was crawling in the bed on the late night after he.
Yeah, what is your deal?
Yeah, it's man, I just don't get the
arrogance.
Is that what it is?
It's arrogance, man. Have enough respect for your lady to have a goddamn creep pack, please. have enough respect for your lady to have matching soap, shampoo. You better shampoo your hair. I'm telling you right now, because your hair is gonna give you away.
Also, it's your behavior, man. Your time.
Well, when we come back, Kamal stole my time, robbed me for 2 hours. This is the last time Kamal gets to pick the movie. The last time Kamal gets to pick the movie. We'll talk about it next. It's the MRA Podcast.
Man.
You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Never again, Kamal. I'm telling you right now, your lady must be picking the movies at the house.
No. Most of these movies I pick, man, but I'll say this. We should say it was a term we should say back in LA, back in the 80s, man, get molded, when you're wrong.
Yeah, motor corroded.
Yeah,
your pants
I would get molded, man. I'm thinking this is going to be some gangster shit. For some reason, I saw the trailer, but I didn't really pay attention to it.
Where'd you see the trailer? We're talking about the movie Promising Young Woman, by the way. Kamal, I learned about the movie because of Kamal, but I also had it because, not to floss, but when you're in SAG, they send you movies that are nominated for the SAG Awards.
I'm flosser. I don't mean to floss, guys, but it is what it is.
When your SAG dues are paid on time, they'll send you a bunch of movies every year.
Yeah.
And this year was a sad sack of movies, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because most of them were streamed that I already had the streaming. Anyway, so how'd you find this movie come out?
Same thing. My girl SAG as well. And like I said, I saw the trailer maybe on TV or one of my YouTube advertisements, whatever. What the fuck?
Yeah,
ads.
which mean you be watching some feminist content.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't be watching feminist shit, and so it was what the I didn't pay attention to it, but I thought it was some crime shit. Honestly, Promising Young Woman, she dropped out of high school, became a hooker or something. That's what I thought it was. Okay. And so we watched it, and it was oh, wow.
So the premise is a woman is pretty much, I don't want to give it away, but she's getting revenge for a rape.
Date rape, yeah. Correct? So, I mean, I can say this. So a woman who pretends to be sloppy drunk and goes out, sloppy drunk, where, what I'm saying, she can't lift her head up and stuff like that. And I think she's trying to see how dudes will react.
Yes.
And I guess up until like we see the movie, every guy is just a bad guy.
Every single guy, she said, every night tries to take her home.
Mm-hmm. Take advantage of her being sloppy drunk.
They all try to take advantage of her. And then there's a moment in the cold opener in the very, very, very beginning that it got good for me when she did that. Because I was watching these guys, these 3-4 guys, corporate guys, and they were so misogynistic. And it's just like, it felt like watching South Central. It's a white movie writing black dialogue, and you're like, who wrote this shit? That's what it felt like. The way they painted these bad men, I was like, what the fuck? But then I realized, oh, she's not drunk at all, because she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's acting like, she's drunk. And then she's super coherent. She said, I said, what are you doing? I was like, oh, this is about to get good.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it. But Kamal, keep going.
No, and so it has a lot to do with like consent and date rape.
Yes.
And so when we watched the movie, I had thoughts, and it sparked a conversation with me and my girl. Okay. And so I was like, man, I think it'll be interesting. I wanted your take on it because I was saying like, so what happens, man? What are you supposed to do? You at a club, at a bar, and she's knocking them back, and then you guys go out, you guys do something, you guys have sex, you guys have a good time, and in the morning she wakes up and was like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't even remember. I know I was too sloppy to agree to this shit. And so I just don't know. And that's something that as a guy who's never been drunk before, and I really don't understand like the parameters. I don't know what's proper and what's not. I want to be a good guy. I do. But now obviously if she can't walk and she's like, who are you guys? But I've seen sloppy drunk girls who were with it. They're having fun. I've seen that. Yeah. Everyone's drinking.
That used to be in the playbook. Right. Of like, get her drunk. She's going to get uninhibited and she'll want to have sex.
Everybody's having a good time.
Yes.
Everybody is having a good time. So it's not like the guy is like some diabolical mad scientist, like I'm perfectly sober, like spiking drinks. And he's drinking. They're all having a good time.
Let's talk about this Minnesota law right quick, Kamal.
Yes.
There's a Minnesota law where they're basically saying that there's a man who went to jail because a woman was already drunk. He picked her up. He allegedly said, you want to come to a party? I think Chris D'Elia, they said Chris D'Elia did. They attributed that to Chris D'Elia as well. There was no party. It was just him and maybe her homegirl, but they're at this guy's place. And he ends up having sex with her. And when she, according to her, woke up from her blackout, she was like, what are you doing? And then, went and got a rape kit and things together. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so like, but the key word is consensual, right? Yes. And so what this Minnesota law is establishing is if a woman drinks on her own, free will, she's getting drunk, you can't claim date rape and say I was too drunk to consent.
There's a problem, though. There's a problem.
What's that?
This woman in Minnesota, after she had sex, goes straight to the cops. So you can't tell me that she was, oh man, please get in me, blow my back out. And then afterwards, I changed my mind, I was raped. That don't even sound realistic.
I'll say this. Again, I've never been drunk before, but I lived with a bunch of guys who used to drink
went to college.
Yeah. And on a couple of occasions, them niggas didn't remember the night before. So my point is, I can see a scenario in which I'm having a good time, I'm drunk, and I'm messing with somebody who I ordinarily wouldn't mess with, and the next morning I realize I'm sober. Now it's like, who the fuck is this guy? I would never fuck with this guy. Something had to have happened nefarious. I'm going to the cops because I don't get down like that. And if we rewind the tape, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she's like, okay. And I'm not bashing women because I've seen my guys, because I'm the designated driver, I'm the sober guy. I'm like, no, motherfucker, this is what happened. Bullshit.
Men too.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
They would have never smashed because they was drunk.
Yeah, and just and it's a window in their memory is just gone.
Yeah, I'm talking about the guys that are hunting for the easy prey. We've got to get past that.
Oh, that's I guess that's what they've accused Bill of, just those predators, right? Of course, you gotta get past. Yeah, you gotta get past that, man. Just
as a gender, fellas, there's some things that women do where they take advantage of men, and that's between them and their leader. But from what we're saying on this show is we've got to get past the predatory. I'm on a prowl for some ass. Nah, bro, we gotta strive for other things. I say strive for something that will make them on the prowl for you. Stop chasing these women. Chase the thing that will make them chase you. When we come back, oh my gosh, Paul Pierce. Speaking of being too mannish, Let Go by ESPN. We'll talk about it. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. I don't know what Paul Pierce's contract says, Kamal, but I bet if I took a look at his former ESPN contract, it says something about a morals clause. And unfortunately, with our country, the United States of America, with the high moral fiber of this country, it's some bullshit, but whatever. I guess it's immoral if you're having a drink, smoking, and having some IG stripper segments. That bothers me as a man, Kamal.
Bothers me that he's doing it, or it bothers me that's a problem. That's considered immoral.
Yes, I don't like that, man. I'm not with trying to take advantage of drunk women, blah, blah, blah. But these women are consensually, they want to shake it. He's a man. He likes to see it being shook. There's money being exchanged. Like, man, if y'all don't stop being prudes, you know good and damn well a lot of these athletes are doing this. So now that he's retired, he can't. I don't like it, man. It's that Pollyanna bullshit, dog. What say you?
You're correct, but the man has a gig, man. He's a public figure. He's got a TV gig. He's on ESPN, which is owned by
Disney.
And the thing about it is he's putting it online. Obviously, if he's going to do it, he can do it, but he's posting it on IG. And, man, I think that just the look is like, come on, Paul. Now, I'm pretty sure his bosses at ESPN probably didn't have a problem with it, but it was the look. It was the blowback. Is
Rachel Nichols' name being yelled out by somebody? Where's Rachel Nichols? Man, what in the hell are you doing?
Yeah. And this is like, advertisers are calling and, other people calling. And so it's like, it's just a bad look. I don't think his bosses were upset with Paul, but we got to let you go, man.
Exactly. We come back, man. Speaking of exotic dancers or performers or employees, Lomelo is not listening to his daddy. And after that, we have a Dear Erby from a girl who's fallen in love with her boss. What should she do? Kamal and I are going to coach her up. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Lomelo has been spotted with adult film star Tiana Trump. I hate that that's her name. I'm just going to say that. Come on, man. I mean, it has a ring to it, but come on. Of all the names, of all the alliterative names. But anyway, after the lady was spotted watching a Hornets game earlier this week, according to Fade Way World. Kamal, how do you feel about Lomelo not listening to his daddy?
Well, his daddy says he's never gonna find a good woman while he's playing. While he's playing in the NBA, man, he says he's not gonna find a good woman like your mother in the NBA. He said he got lucky and stuff like that. He's gonna say, I think he called them thoughts or hoes, whatever the fuck he said. But a lot of them are gonna just be chasing money, and you ain't gonna know who to trust. Now,
true.
With
that being said,
Lomelo, I think, had a past relationship with what was she, Instagram model or something like that? Or?
Yeah, another Instagram model, Anna Montana.
No.
Like Hannah Montana, but she's Anna Montana.
Okay, well, you got that one, and now he's messing with Tiana Trump. Now, if Lomelo Ball is strictly there for fun and games, and he is listening to Pops,
nice, just having some fun, like Pops said,
like having some fun, then I don't think I have a problem with it. Now, I definitely, me personally, I couldn't do it.
No,
I couldn't. I couldn't have that much fun with Tiana Trump. But if he's like catching feelings and falling in love with these women because they're giving him the attention that he probably, I'm not gonna say he never got, because this man's been a superstar since he was like 14 years old. But he's been under his father's watch because he was a minor. So everywhere he went, he had to be with his pops and stuff like that. So he couldn't, I think he pulled him out of school, out of high school at like 15 or 16 years old.
He did.
So he didn't have,
country, right?
so he didn't have like the normal high school experience that, we all had, going on not dates, but house parties and
going to the movies,
hanging out with the family. Like, he didn't have that. Yeah. So now as a millionaire, world famous basketball player, he's getting that attention that he would have got in high school, and he would have been the man. Now he's the man now, but I think he's getting the wrong kind of attention. He's not really knowing how to handle it if he's catching feelings. But I like the way he did Anna Montana. He was very, very mature in that one.
In what way?
But basically, just the way the breakup. Just the way he had to break up. Like, hey, I wish you nothing but the best, but please leave my name out your mouth. Like, stop.
Oh yeah, we talked about that on this show, right?
Yeah. So he handled that maturely. He's not going at her back and forth and just dissing her. And he was, hey, I wish you the best, but it's over.
Yeah,
next,
man, my son's good at that, man. He be breaking up with him, man. I got to give him his props. He know how to break up, man. I'll be like,
I do not know how to break up with anybody.
I know.
I just stopped calling.
Yeah, my boy gives him.
Oh my god,
my boy has to talk with him. All right,
I broke up with a chick. It was so awkward, man. She called me like, "Hey, what's up?" Nothing. And she's like, "So, what you doing today?"
Lies.
This is like basically just one word answers.
Yeah, you just give it a hit.
Yeah, after like 2 or 3 minutes, well, okay, all right, I'm gonna talk to you later. All right, and that was my breakup. Like,
that's it. Yeah, you got the message, right?
I was last time I talked to her. I don't know how to break up with anybody.
Man, it's so hard, man. It's because it's cool if they're cool with it. But I think it's the same reason that men lie. It's that we don't want to hurt a woman's feelings. So if you can hear that, ladies, I hope you can, without judging us, without saying, well, that's because y'all a bitch. Just try to listen. We don't want to hurt your feelings. So what we end up doing is trying to avoid her having a meltdown at all costs. When we come back, we have a Dear Erby from a girl who's falling in love with her boss. What should she do? Well, Kamal and I are about to coach her up. It is the MRA Podcast. You need some advice in your relationship
and can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encouraged divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, I work for this guy who started his own clothing company. He's doing really well, and we are really good friends. We were friends before I started working for him, but 2 times, we had sex. I also hooked up with one of his friends a couple times, but he knows and he doesn't care. My boss is a girlfriend, but she's trash. Ouch. How mean. I'm fun. She's frumpy. She legit dresses like an old lady. You two are guys. Why is he even with her? 3 question marks. He can get anybody he wants. He's so cute. He has his own business and he's rich. She never wants to do anything and he always comes out with me. We have the best time. I think I'm falling in love with my boss. I'm not sure he sees me like that, but what's not to love? I'm hot. I graduated from the University of Colorado. I make good money outside of working for my boss, and I drive an Audi S7. I mean, come on, guys. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but what's not to love? How can I get him to see that I'm the one for him so we can have our happily ever after? Tiara in Los Angeles. Kamal, have at it, dog.
Tiara, that was a nice resume you read off. I love it. Graduated from University of Colorado, got your own money, you drive a Audi S7, you are hot. I love it all. It's very, very sweet. But your dessert.
Ooh.
And your boss needs the meal. Your dessert. Frumpy is broccoli. Frumpy's good for him.
Frumpy's good for you.
Frumpy's good for him. I mean, like you said, he had his choice. He had his choice of any woman. He's choosing Frumpy. Frumpy is doing something that probably you cannot do. You don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But whatever it is, Frumpy to him is solid.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be with Frumpy.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, he does have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
He's got options.
Mm-hmm.
He's sticking with Frumpy.
Mm.
And I think, honestly, you can't have him. Tiara, you can't. You can't, because I can tell you one thing. I can almost guarantee Frumpy never had sex with one of his friends.
Guaranteed. There's no need to almost guaranteed. She's never even been close to a compromising situation with one of his friends.
Yeah. I mean, so he likes what he likes, and obviously he likes having fun with you.
Yes.
You can't eat cookies all day long. You can't. And as well as your resume is, this guy has made a choice already. We talked about this earlier in the show about, certain people trying to take, somebody from, trying to take somebody.
Yeah.
You got to get over that, Tiara. You got to get over that, man. I'm sure there are plenty of guys out there who like everything you have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
But you want your boss because your boss is the boss and he's rich.
He's fly.
And you feel he's made a choice and it's the wrong choice. You feel his girl ain't good enough. That's a you problem, Tiara. Start looking around, but your boss is off limits. And if you become too aggressive, you're gonna lose a job, because one thing Frumpy probably will have over you as well is some influence. And if you piss Frumpy off, I can almost guarantee again, Frumpy have your ass fired.
When we come back, I'm gonna weigh in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kamal. You said that our friend... First of all, let me say something. Talking about Tiara. I just got done saying that we hate to hurt a woman's feelings. There's a caveat to that. I have a vicious tongue, vicious mouth, vicious snapback temper when it's provoked. I'm just going to be meek and chill and avoid until you say the wrong thing. Then I'm going to breathe fire. Tiara, you are our listener. I appreciate you. You sound very attractive. But my blood is boiling, Kamal.
Mm-hmm.
You said she has a nice resume. Yeah, she does. For a man. You went to this university. You make good money. You drive this sports car. Yeah, that is the things that men do to attract women who want to live off their money. That's going to sound sexist, but you just got to hear me. If you're a woman who says, I make good money, that means I'm a catch. You're a catch for a guy that wants your money. If your woman says, ooh, I drive this Audi, yeah, that does make you cute when you see a bad chick stepping out with her toes done and her whoop-de-whoop and her fancy shoes. It does look good. But ain't nobody picking wifey material off of that. You ain't thinking about her car if it's wifey material. You said his lady never wants to do anything. You know why? Because she's at home. Certain men want a woman who's going to be at the crib. You, Tiara, are fun. And sometimes it's hard for fun chick to be wifey. Fun chick wants to be wifey so bad, and wifey wants to be fun chick. And that's hard to do. Let's go back to what you said. Okay, you had sex with the boss a couple of times. All right, wouldn't recommend it, but whatever. You also hooked up with one of his friends. Your boss doesn't care. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think that puts you in the category that's like, you're just a jump off now. You're fun. Yeah. What's that song? Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Yeah, Snoop's not talking about his wife. He's talking about Tiana Trump. He's talking about Anna Montana. Everybody, y'all need to try this. You don't want people to try your wife. You can try the jump offs. You can have at it. Y'all can hit that. She means nothing to me. You can't touch my wife. My boss had a girlfriend and she's trash. By whose definition? I'm fun. She's frumpy. Okay, you're fun, but frumpy's safe. Let me tell you something that happens in a lot of men's minds. I'm not saying it's mine. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just telling you what happens in a lot of the mind of a man. This is why you come to the MRA podcast to hear how men really think, because we're not going to tell you the truth because we are afraid of hurting your feelings. But right now, I'm just talking to my man Kamal, so now I'm keeping it 100. Ladies, you can listen and hear how we really think. Y'all like to diss frumpy women. Men don't. Y'all do that because that's your rival. Frumpy feels safe. If a woman is concerned, let's just say you have 100% of potential, right? And if you spend 90% of that on your appearance, in the mind of many men, you're covering up for something. If your best thing about you is because you're so bad and you got this fake this and this fake that and the way you step and the way you this, man, I'm telling you, if your attention goes to getting attention, you're covering up for something. That's what we think. It's to distract us from this other shit. If she has frumpy and she's able to get this quality man, that means it's the other parts about her that's killing it. And that's where you, Tiara, are going to have a hard time competing. She's probably a great mom. I bet she cooks like a motherfucker. I bet she takes care of him while you are a take care of yourself type of person. I bet you asked his lady, who I promise you they'll end up married unless some bullshit happens. I bet you if you asked her, hey, do you want to have kids? She'll be like, yeah, I hope to have 3 or 4. I bet you ask Tiara, hey, you want to have kids? She's going to be like, I don't know. I don't want to get stretch marks. He's thinking about a family. That's what this other woman brings him. A family. You're fun. She's family. You're fun. You called her fun and frumpy. No, she's family. She dresses like an old lady. That's fine. So does his grandma. Ask how he feels about her. You see what I'm saying? You guys are guys. Why is he even with her? We just told you that. She never wants to do any fun. We covered that too. I'm hot. Yeah, so what? I promise you, his woman ain't busted. Notice he didn't. You heard the word ugly, have you, come out? Mm-mm. You're talking about the way she dresses. I bet she's cute, and I bet she dresses like an old lady, and I bet she's conservative. That's who men are trying to build. And here's the thing that sucks. Ladies, this is how men get tricked. Like old boy that smashed the mom on This is the same type of woman here. You get tricked because that hot mom, whatever, she makes you think that she's Tiara's boss's lady. That's where the trickery comes in. They make us think we're getting them brownies being made. They make us think that she can cook. They make us think that she can take care of a kid and this and that. I have dogs. I'm going to be a good mom one day. They trick you with that bullshit. They're on their best behavior. But something told you she wasn't that. but you fell for it. And now you stuck and you are pissed. Now, this dude didn't write in, but I'm telling you, if you're listening, don't let go of your frumpy lady.
No.
Dude, don't be a fool. Especially since this girl's smashing your friends. Like, man, if you don't get... That's why guys go frumpy. Because they know frumpy's not smashing their friends, dog.
Yeah.
They know that's not going to happen.
Not even close.
So, you got a lot to learn about men, Tiara, and you're in the right place. So, you're probably going to get defensive and mad and angry and we ain't shit. But you just got the uncut truth, and I hope you can handle it.
I know Frumpy can cook her ass off.
Where can we find you?
Twitter and Instagram and Clubhouse at Angry Kamal.
He's so cool, ladies and gentlemen. I'm at Kyle Erby, KYLERBY. At the MRA Podcast is where you can find us. Both KyleErby.com is my website. You can see some of my commercials. My 2 new ones have not come out yet, but I'm looking forward to them coming out. I hope they come out because sometimes they don't. I'm hoping they come out and they run a long time. The MRAPodcast.com is where you can listen to 141 of our episodes. Check us out on DynastyRadioNY.com and 1073VIP.com, our affiliates in New York and Illinois, respectively. Kamal, you bring it every single week, and I appreciate you, my dude.
Oh, I appreciate you, brother.
Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.